Here at this drop-in centre in the Auckland suburb of Onehunga, we're here to meet Darren Ward from Christian Blind Mission and Jeanette Howden from Christian Ministries with Disabled Trust to find out about this weekend's launch of the Luke 14 project. Jeanette Howden is the operations manager of Christian Ministries with Disabled Trust and says that this drop-in centre is a place where people with disabilities can come and be spiritually supported with Bible study and worship, and also get emotional and physical support from teaching and information seminars, as well as music and craft sessions.
And it's really a support network for Christians with disabilities. There's very little out there for them where they can come for fellowship, for support, for encouragement. We have a national ministry, and we also have an international branch in the Philippines now, where we're just endeavouring to educate the wider community, equip people with disabilities so that they can be accepted within a normal environment, and also to evangelise, to reach out to those who either have disabilities and don't know Christ, or people who don't have a disability that need to know Christ. And we encourage our people to step out and do what God has called them to do.
Darren Ward is National Director of CBM, formerly known as Christian Blind Mission, an international organisation that works alongside communities in more than 100 developing countries.
We work with people right from the medical treatment that they might need, whether it's a cataract operation or clubfoot treatment for little children, right through to providing them with education, with providing them livelihood skills, access to microfinance loans, through to advocating for their rights within their own communities to make sure that they're getting access to everything that they're entitled to and able to participate as within their community, not as a separate group or anything like that, but just in all of the activity of their community.
These two organisations are coming together to promote the Luke 14 project, which will be launched nationwide this Sunday, a day where people can come together to celebrate and witness the lives of people who live every day with some sort of disability.
And so what we're endeavouring to do is actually bring an awareness to other people that they are well and truly able to function in the ministry and leadership role within a church environment.
The Luke 14 project was started by CBM in Australia, a country where most people living with a disability aren't linked to a church family. Research also showed that most churches aren't actually equipped to cater for or have a ministry for church members with disabilities. That's also true here in New Zealand.
We've got a number of examples where people with disabilities just don't feel welcome or accepted within a church community, or even if they're able to get in and worship on a Sunday, they're not included in things like youth group or men's fellowship or the ladies group or anything like that. So sadly, yeah, still happening.
The Luke 14 project is based on the book of Luke in the Bible, which demonstrates Jesus' special concern for the disabled.
At the heart of it really is the Bible study course. There's a 6-week Bible study course for small groups, and it takes them through looking at various aspects of engaging with people with disabilities on an equal basis. We use the Everybody Welcome book that was developed by Christian Ministries with the Disabled Trust, and that gives all of the regulations and the things like, you know, ramps and wheelchair accessible toilets and what you need in terms of setting up your auditorium so that people with disabilities can engage, you know, for the visually impaired or the hearing impaired. And then we have a guide on how to run a Disability Awareness Sunday so that your own church can get in and do that effectively and involve people with disabilities in the service in a way that is you know, meaningful for everybody and easy for everybody. To not have it where, you know, people that Jeanette and I know that have got disabilities who can't get into a church at the moment, no matter how on fire they are for God, they can't find a church that they feel truly accepted and welcomed in.
Well, I hope that the wider community, both in the church and in the general population of New Zealand, will recognise that people with disabilities is quite a growing number. It is over 20% of our population, and that will continue to increase. We need to make sure that we facilitate spiritual growth for people who are searching. Everybody is searching for an answer, and that answer is Christ. If we don't facilitate and open our doors to them, then we're not fulfilling Christ's mission. And I do believe that Luke 14 actually directs us to actively take an active role in that position. And I think that it will equip people to actually step out of their comfort zone, and it'll equip them to also be confident to reach out and say, "Hi, my name's Jeanette. How can I help you today?"
From the largest land animal, the African bush elephant, to the world's smallest monkey, everything and everyone has significance to God. Do we show that same significance?